Talking about market analysis, we have to analyze. We have looked into different levels. We have mentioned the pest analysis, overlooking the global approach. We have looked at the market analysis, how to analyze a market. And now we have to move into the next phase. Within markets, we have competition. In each set of markets, in each market, we have competitors. What is competitive analysis? How can we realize what and who are our competitors? What is competition all about? We have two ways to look into that. I can even call it subsection 131, qualitative or quantitative way of analyzing competition. Let's start with the qualitative way, which is the most simple and easier way. We are here. This is your company. This is your business. We have a set of, let's say, 3 direct competitors. 3 companies that are direct competitors. What is direct competitor? Do you know who is your competition? The gentleman over there at the back. Do you realize who are your direct competitors? You probably guess. You probably believe you know. You all probably think you know exactly who is your direct competitor. But what are direct competitors? How can you realize who is really competing with you on the same needs? And that's the key word, needs. If you're selling books as a present, it's a bookstore, but you're selling a lot of your books as presents for birthdays, for different events. You're really in the market, and we've seen that before in market analysis, you're really in the presents industry. Presents, not only books, not only literature, presents. Whoever sells presents is also your competitor. If you have a shop nearby which is a flower shop, the flower shop represents competition. So you are selling books, they're selling flowers, but you are competing. Obviously you're competing. But maybe it's not too clear until today that it is your direct competitors. The customer has in his pocket an amount of money. He has in his perception an amount of time to spend on this action to buy present. He has 2 options, a book or a bouquet of flowers. This is called direct competition. How can you realize who are your 3, let's say in this example, direct competitors? Let's take a small example, a restaurant. If you ask your customers, listen, if I was to be closed today, or you would find here a long queue at the entrance to our restaurant, where would you go? Where would you opt to go beyond our restaurant that you fancy and you appreciate and you know you're here a regular guest and welcome again and again? What should be the answer? And the answer should be really something realistic, something real that comes from a real person, not analysis, not these research companies trying to tell you, listen, we'll give you the data. The best thing and the cheapest thing is to ask your customers. Whoever here is dealing with business to customer marketing, what we call B2C, business to customer, you have the contact, you can contact, you have the challenge to talk to your customers. And one basic question is, again, if I was to be closed, if I was to be on vacation, a long queue was here, where would you have opted to go? There is a second level. We can speak about indirect competition. And you have enormously large quantities of competitors there. It is less important. You cannot fight everybody. And again, if you take the words, historical words of strategy, which comes from the arts of war, how to fight a war and how to win a war, it's all about how to realize who is your enemy. Although today in many businesses, in many countries, it is not taken as such as talking about wars and enemies. We're talking about basic competition, direct competition, and then indirect competition, just to distinguish who is really taking the same needs or catering to the same needs to your same customers, and who is about to do that. Who is the second best, third best, and so forth. We have also another level of competition. Again, we're talking about the qualitative way, just to look at it very visually, very simply. You're here. First layer, direct competitors. Second layer, indirect. And then we have the potential competition. Can you estimate certain trends in your village, city, country, area, continent, global trends, which might affect sooner or later your business? It's more difficult. It's not obvious. Give it a thought. Just give it a thought. Talking about qualitative, that's the issue. We're going to talk about this model which is called CSF. And this is a quantitative way to analyze competition. Numbers. So let's use numbers just to talk about analyzing competition. Here is a matrix. I want to know, I'm a lecturer. Again, I came from very far away this morning just to give you these sessions. Danny Abramovich. I want to know who is competing with me, and I want to know what should I improve and where am I better than my direct competitors. We just clarified the term direct competitor. To start that, I have to first of all analyze what this stands for is critical success factors. CSF, critical success factors. What are the critical success factors? Let's estimate that as I spoke to some of you during the break, you say that a good lecturer for you is somebody that has his know-how, he is knowledgeable, he has an attitude which is very human, he is communicative. Some of you told me other elements, but let's stop here with 3 CSFs, 3 critical success factors. We asked the experts, we have column A here, we asked the experts, we have 3 elements. What is the weight that should be given to each and every one of them? Is it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3? Not really. Just to advance, let's play this game. And let's give it, let's say, attitude is very important as I believe. Let's give it 0.4. It's not 1/3, it's 40% or 0.4 out of 1 in this weight sharing. Let's say that communication is important. Sometimes somebody who is less knowledgeable can give you a show and can really teach you. Let's give it also 0.4. And the remaining 0.2, let's allocate to know-how. So we're talking about a weight which we have given, which is set according to your average. Let's say it's an average of this class, of this audience, to all the lectures you wish to see. Let's say that you're about to give me, this will happen at the end of the session, a grade from 1 to 10. You have to give me a grade from 1 to 10 for each element. Let's say I'm just playing with the numbers. I'm just giving